So I have been trying to think about how I want to talk about this for the past 2 days. Sony is saying they're getting rid of physical copies by 2028. This is a bigger blow than I think people are realizing for the general public. I don't think the general public really gets what's going on because I keep seeing this statement being made. I haven't bought a physical copy of anything in a decade. Cool. That's awesome. I'm glad for you. I would prefer being digital myself. I really would. Been an educator for about 20 years now. Going into the education career, oh, I couldn't tell you. I cannot quantify how much time, energy, and the sheer amount of trees I have killed making copies. Dear God, if I could get that time back, it would be phenomenal. It was huge when we got tablets in the classroom. Tablets where I could download a PDF of my textbooks. I could make PDFs of my worksheets. Oh, just how much easier just to make a link. But of course, hey, switch to subscriptions. Don't need to work. I still have my personal worksheets, but everything just got shittier and shittier and is now coming into the public sphere. I don't think the general public really grasps this idea of we're not owning shit. Nothing. When you hit buy, it actually means rent. Sure, you might have it for a decade, but these people did not read the article the day before where Sony says, hey, we're going to go into your library. All these movies you bought, you purchased, yeah, well, we're going to take them out. That means you don't actually own them. It's just long-term rental. Long-term rental. They become Blockbuster. Just no late fees. Because you don't own it. They don't own it. Whatever. It's funny. One of the best arguments I saw was someone's like, hey, if I burn a copy of this movie, this Blu-ray that I bought, and then I share that with someone, for no money, no profit, no profit motive whatsoever, I'm breaking the law. But Sony does it. They get paid for it. They're not breaking the law. Now they're just going to remove what people have purchased. Still, no law is broken. Oh, I honestly cannot stand people who keep saying, hey, what does it matter? It's all digital. I cannot fathom how people do not get more up in arms that they don't own things, that they're just okay with it. Gamers had a huge problem back with the Xbox One when it had to be online all the time. They're like, this is horrible. What are they thinking? Sony even made a goddamn video which was cheered upon, which pushed the PS4 sales forward. That this is how you share a game. Gamers are right then. It was crap. It was dumb. It was horrible. Now it's the standard. Now it's the standard. Like, every console is online. Have you tried to play a game when the internet's down? You know what I can do? I can play those Xbox 360 games behind me because they're on the disc. I know some of you are going to be like, hey, disc now, those Xbox Ones, those are just loaders. They're just loaders. Yeah, well, if they wanted to, they could put a lot of games on disc. They really could. I heard the argument, well, what do you want? 2 discs? Yeah, I do want 2 discs because I want to buy the game. I want to purchase the game. I heavily rely on the secondhand market, which is going to just drop completely for the most part. These are now investments, which is crazy. These are going to be investments because there is disc rot. They don't last forever. They're actually going to be investments. It's insane. All these games that don't require, to log into a server to work. Oh, shit. That's awesome. And I just keep going back to this idea of that, I haven't bought physical in a long time. Yeah, well, maybe if there was something like, hey, you couldn't stream a movie, which this happens all the time. Like, it gets off streaming services, they lose licenses. Not up in arms. Not up in arms. I don't know what it's going to take to get people more upset. I really don't. Just the general public. Because everyone's like, well, just buy a PC, which basically is why Sony, if you recall, has decided not to make PC ports anymore. Clearly, this is the move. With GTA all digital, which again I understand, kind of do. Like it's supposedly going to be a terabyte. Again, I'll take 5 discs. I have Quake 4 up here, 4 discs, mostly installed. We've done it before, but I get people kind of don't want that around, and it is the future. And honestly, in the ideal world, you get the file. You just get a file, and you're in charge of that file. If you lose that file, then you're screwed. Just like if you lost the disk, you're screwed. Simple as that. Now I'm kind of thinking like, I have my Steam library installed to an external drive. That's an invaluable external drive. I mean, PC gamers have known this, that Steam has taken games off. It's always been a code in a box, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But hey, you know what's fun, which is what keeps making me think of positive things when it comes to gaming. Steam summer sale. I bought 15 games for about $30, $2 a game. Like, I keep wanting to make this video of like, hey, gaming's not dead. You can just, use some older hardware. Like, there are so many business class desktops that can run emulators, can run old games. Do that. And then news like this shit comes out. And then people throw out these stupid arguments that, like, it's annoying. Like, we used to just, like, in this country, we used to own things. We used to own great things. Things that didn't break. And when they broke, the company didn't try to screw you over. They fixed it. The red ring of death. Microsoft's like, shit. Let's spend the billions of dollars to get them new Xbox 360s. Something breaks on any piece of technology, well, you're screwed. Out the window. Like, oh, this is my rant. I know people are going to be upset. Secondhand market is pretty much going to diminish, or prices are going to be insane for like all these old discs. Sony basically has a monopoly on their exclusives now, because they're exclusive. They're setting the price for their digital store because their digital store is the only store that you can buy these games on. That's a monopoly right there. The hardware is going up. It's going up, which is like, if Xbox really wanted to win, they'd make a new Series S, make it reasonably cheap, keep it $500, put a terabyte in there. They would dominate. They would just dominate. Like, people have accepted the all digital future. Something like that for just the normies, the people who don't need like 4K graphics. Shit. That would be devastating. That would be devastating. Like, Xbox would not have to worry. They wouldn't. Like, I can't believe it. I just bought a Switch 2. I finally said, hey, let's do it. I cannot believe that is the good console now. A good console. So, I've rambled on for long enough. Tell me what you think in the comments. God knows I hate this. I hate the overarching understandings of what's going on in society, because it's just more than just games. It really is just more than games. I'm stacking Blu-rays over there. Piracy, service issue, like, that's going to go up. I hope people will realize emulators, like, really, like the general public. I'm pushing. I've been wanting to make a video about my favorite piece of technologies, with basically emulators. Take an old ThinkPad, a ThinkPad Mini, put Batacera on it, load it up with a bunch of games. You're good to go for a long time. So, yeah, I hope people find that. I hope people start YouTubing videos from all these people that show you how to do it. Like, please. And hopefully this bubble will burst, like, somehow. Like, everyone's like, just months ago, like, what is Xbox doing? What is Xbox doing? I think they were actually way ahead of the game. I really do. If they had better shareholders that could be more patient, if they could practice stakeholder capitalism instead of shareholder capitalism. Stakeholder capitalism is you do what's best for the company, because in the long run you will make more money. And having a streaming service that's reliable, having titles available, making all the titles, that'd be perfect for them. But no. We have to start cutting everything. All of it's wrong. Have an Xbox, make everything an Xbox. That's stupid, right? Get more people to play video games because they're available. That's dumb. No, they're ahead of the game. And honestly, if their shareholders could have waited out, because they're burning through things, they would be the top gaming company right now. So, another tidbit at the end. We can talk about later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Love your faces. Peace.